Tell us a little bit more about today's games, first and foremost. I mean, the big one, to be honest with you, I don't massively care too much about Brazil unless you've got a load of red-hot stats about that. The big one for me is more about the Netherlands and Argentina.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, Patrick. I mean, for me, I know the Netherlands and Argentina have a long history in competitive football, and obviously they met in the 1978 World Cup final. But for me, of an age, it was that Dennis Bergkamp goal in France '98, the one where he brought it down from a 40-yard pass, 3 touches inside, and then banged it past the Argentinians, and the Dutch went on to win. And so there's a great history between those two sides. Argentina, one of the favourites to win this, just behind Brazil, you would say. But the Netherlands do have enough to cause them problems. And Argentina, of course, they were beaten by Saudi Arabia early on, but they haven't faced a side of the Netherlands' calibre. So, yes, 2 big football heavyweights coming up at 7 o'clock your time, and that should be fascinating to watch. Right now, Brazil taking on Croatia. It is just coming up to half-time, and it's currently goalless, but Brazil being matched by Croatia all the way in that one. And, of course, Croatia do have it in their armoury to overturn Brazil as well, although you'd make Brazil big favourites in that one. Croatia, of course, reached the final of the last World Cup. Very experienced players like Luka Modric, who's 37 years young, Perisic, who plays for Spurs. Very good players, very technical, resilient. Don't write them off at all. But we're looking forward to Le Crunch tomorrow night. We know Raheem Sterling trained today. He's returned to the England setup. We know Declan Rice is also fit now. He did miss a training session earlier in the week because of illness, but he's now back. So they're all raring to go. And we even heard earlier today, the French held a press conference. The France manager Didier Deschamps was there. Their goalkeeper Hugo Lloris, who also plays for Spurs. So he was asked about Harry Kane and about playing against him, all very complimentary and fascinating. Most fascinating of all, Didier Deschamps said the English have no weaknesses, no weaknesses. Yeah. So France know they're going to be in for a game tomorrow night. They're not taking it lightly. And England know they're going to have to go up 2 or 3 gears to take on the world champions. And it's not just about Kylian Mbappe. They've got great players as well, Olivier Giroud, Antoine Griezmann as well. So if they focus on one player, they run the risk of neglecting, the other 5 or 6 key players that the French have.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's a game that could be the final, really. Actually, pretty much like any one of the ones that are taking place today, especially that Netherlands-Argentina one. But definitely France against England. Now, Raheem Sterling is back. There was a little bit of controversy and question marks over exactly why he went home. Ben White is another one. Paul, I can't help but read things in the press today. Apparently, he had some kind of falling out with Steve Holland. I don't know. Do you know anything about this at all?
Only the reports that everyone else is reading. It was reported by the Mail, so it must be true. No, but really, they were saying that he had a falling out with Steve Holland, the assistant coach. There were also, in the same report, it suggested that Ben White hadn't gelled with the other players, which is quite an accusation to make, given that the togetherness of the England squad is something that Gareth Southgate has been lauded for. England squads in the past, very split along club lines, didn't really get along with each other. There were factions. Gareth Southgate's biggest strength has been bringing the England team together. So when you say that one player hasn't really gelled with the other players, that's quite a big accusation to make, especially given it's not just because he plays for Arsenal. Bukayo Saka's there. He's fitted into the England fold. He's an Arsenal player. So big accusations to make. They are just reports that we don't know if there are any substance to them. The England team are keeping quite tight-lipped about it. We do know that in round about in about 40 minutes' time, there'll be an England press conference with Gareth Southgate and Harry Kane, and no doubt some of the journalists will be wanting to ask him some questions about that, as well as Le Crunch tomorrow soir.
Yes, yes, indeed. And as we look ahead to Le Crunch, Paul, I've got to ask you, what do you think the result is going to be?
Oh, God. Do I go in my head or do I go in my heart? Because my head says the French are going to win. My heart says England to win, maybe 3-1, 3-2, something like that. Neither side's defence is completely robust, so I think there'll be a lot of goals in it. And did you just say 8-0, by the way?
No, not at all. Not me. I've just put a bet on. No, that's what. Yeah. Right, the issue that I have, Paul, is that my head and heart are both a bit mental. So there's no right one for me to go with there. But yes, I'm sure we are both deep down, of course, hoping that England managed to beat the French. But thank you very much, Paul. Yeah. As ever, I'll be speaking to you very shortly, I would imagine.